everyone, and welcome to the Perspective Podcast. I am your host, Sadomi, and today we have my homie, my man, the Grand Slam himself, Ali. Ali, say up to the people.
Yo, what's good, everybody? How you doing, Nos? Let me stop. Yo, what's good, Sadomi? What's good, everybody listening? How you doing? My name is Ali.
Hey,
just like you said.
Ali is a man of many talents, many entrepreneurships, many
Oh,
side
man.
hustles, many, we'll say adventures too. Best way I could put it.
Okay, I could dig that.
All right. So first off, this man is the man who coined the term "defeat yourself." If you guys haven't heard that, it's a good model to live by. I've tried for about 2 months.
I'll tell you the story behind it later.
Ooh, story coming up at 5 p.m. or whenever you're watching this, probably 20 minutes.
Details at 11. This is a news broadcast now.
Beautiful. But Ali, I want everyone to know, who are you? What do you do? And
all right.
Yeah, what do you do?
All right. So, long story short, I am a man that simply wants to discover the peak of my potential before I breathe my last breath. So what that basically immediately translates into is I want to pursue the things that I'm passionate about and get as good as possible at them. So for a really good example of this is my interest in rapping or doing art or animation or fitness, modeling, pretty much anything that I have a interest or passion in. I do my best to understand the craft of it and really master it, if that makes sense. Because my whole policy is the reason why I do that, the reason why I do art, the reason why I work out, the reason I do all this extra shit that people from the outside might look at and go like, geez, like this guy's doing a lot. The reason why I'm doing that is because I feel like, to be quite frank with you, the best way that I could live my life for me is to be in a state of constant creation and mastery. So I find that if whatever I'm doing, if I can become the best that I can be at it, that's when I'm at most satisfied. And that is pretty much the best introduction that I can give myself, because we could talk about a few different things. You know what I mean? Like we could talk about, the music stuff. We could talk about the fitness. We could talk about the business. But if anything, bro, like if there was any one message on my life, which also goes around that defeat yourself statement, is if there's any message, it's become better at whatever it is that you're trying to do. So I hope that was a good enough introduction. My name is Ali, and people call me AliTheProdigy because I strive to be the fucking best. Let me stop. No, but I actually really do try.
I will say that's probably better than anything I could have said anyway straight out the gate. So there you go.
All right.
And it definitely shows that you're like a master of the linguist too. If you guys don't know, the first time I listen to Ali, okay? I think I came to one of the streams. He was playing like some kind of horror game. I think was it a horror game.
Oh man,
it was a horror game or a really bad like dark adventure game. One of the two.
Okay.
I can't
was
remember.
It like Outlast?
I think it was Outlast. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. Outlast was some dark times, man.
That was a while ago.
Dark times. Yeah.
Oh
man.
And then someone gave my boy a $5, and next thing I know, bar. And
the $5 freestyles. Oh man. Okay. Let me tell you about that, dude. $5. Okay, so for anybody that doesn't know, first of all, I haven't streamed in a long ass time. Like, not since mid-December 2018. It's right now it's February 2nd or 3rd?
February 3rd, yeah. I wrote the date wrong,
February 3rd.
But let's keep it February 2nd.
See? It's now February whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't streamed since back then. I haven't done a $5 freestyle in even longer. And the reason why I'll get to later on. I'll save it for now, but the reason why is important. But yeah, when I streamed and when I did it a lot more religiously, and when my audio setup wasn't poo poo caca and laggy and shit, I would do $5 freestyles. And what would happen is somebody donate $5. I just be like, all right, give me a beat of your choice, and I'll fucking spit to it on the cam. And whatever words people write in chat, I will use it in my rap. And that was the whole thing. And $5 freestyles, man, those were fun, bro. They really challenged me to not say anything that would get me fucking booted off Twitch. I'll tell you that. It's hard to not say offensive shit. No, I've come so close. You gotta understand, dog. I literally listen. All right, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. So this is where we get into the real shit. It's probably a little too early to get into this real shit.
Never too early.
All right. Listen, let me tell you some shit, bro. All right. Here's something real quick. As you might have noticed, I haven't been on social media in months. Like I haven't said anything. I think the last Twitter post I made was like the beginning of January or some shit, right? And I was like, this is probably the last thing I'm gonna say all month. And it was true. I literally I wiped all the shit off my phone. I only have like 4 apps on my goddamn phone nowadays. You know what I mean? And the reason why I bring that up is because of this right here, bro. 1, I don't know shit about what's happening, but also 2, people don't know what's going on with me either. And I actually prefer that, because here's the deal, bro. People get clapped on social media for saying stuff, bro. Like you gotta understand, bro. I see people get their booty cheeks popped into oblivion, my guy, over this crazy shit that they may have said on Twitter before or after, whatever, and it's just, I don't know. To me, it's just really crazy to know that people pay that much attention to you like that. So I just thought about it, and I was just like, you know what? If I'm trying to focus on my shit, if I'm trying to build this business, if I'm really trying to make my life what I envision it to be, social media gotta be one of those things to go. Because I can't be trying to build an empire and checking Twitter every 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Because that shit is mad distracting, yo. It shit is so distracting. It's very destructive.
Now, for me, one thing I've always learned figured out is social media for streamers. People want to be streamers. People want to be like famous icons. They kind of have to use social media, but at the same time, it's just so toxic in and of itself.
I'll tell you this. I know that I have to use social media. Like, there's no way around it. I can't make a business without it. But this is the right side. The bright side to that is it can be about my business and nothing more. You know what I mean? Like, I don't gotta go on there posting my personal opinion about such and such. Like, I can use, like, basically, this is how it was put to me, right? Do you know who Gary Vee is?
Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, I love Gary Vee.
Gary Vee is amazing. He was one of the first like entrepreneurs that really got me to get my head fucking straight about my priorities, right? And he basically outlined how social media is probably the most important thing that you can have for your business, at least when it comes to promoting your product or generating leads and stuff like that. If you're using ads properly, like on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and all that, then you could build a very profitable business very quickly, if you're doing it correctly. And I think that's why social media is the most useful thing on the planet, because if you have something to say or if you have a message to bring to an audience, that is the avenue. He said that they were the NBC, CBS, you know what I'm saying? Like the freaking channels of the internet, basically, like how we'd have channels for cable.
Yeah.
Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. Those are like the attention channels. That's where you put your product, and I never really thought about it like that. But once I did, like, the whole game changed. I was like, well, shit, like, I don't gotta like be on here like that. I can literally be smart about how I'm using this and see it as like a tool instead of like a distraction. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, sorry. Listen.
No, like I want to hear more of this
Listen, yo.
because, like I said, for me, I use social media as a mixture of a tool and also as kind of like a connection space. Because kind of the way my lifestyle is, most of my friends are
Mhm.
online and like away from me. So that's how you
Yep.
connect nowadays. And as an adult,
Yep.
from being in college where you're around all peers of your age group, and high school where you're kind of forced to be in the same building all the time, like
Yep.
just life changes, so it's hard to contact people back and forth that way. So for me, social media just makes it easier. And at the same time, yeah, like everyone says, the reason why Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, all those are free is because you are the product.
Yes, bro. This is the shit that I started to realize that just really blew my mind, right? Because like it's not really an intuitive thing that you just know straight out the gate. Like, oh, when I post on Instagram, it could actually generate attention to wherever whatever I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's true. That's why things go viral and that's why things get attention. That's why people make sales online. That's how you're able to convert random traffic from Twitter into your next premium Snapchat buyer for your Instagram models. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's how it works. And it's just it's crazy. It's crazy because I think it's super important. Like, bro, I wish I could just express this to every single content creator that I know and don't know. I think this is the most important thing that we all need to understand. It's that like I'm sure you've seen the YouTube stuff, right?
Yeah, which one?
Where
There's a whole bunch of YouTube stuff.
well, I mean the YouTube stuff where people get their channels taken down
Mm-hmm.
or they get banned or like they get demonetized, like just a bunch of bullshit everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing, dude. This is what I started to realize after seeing shit like that. The thing is, I realized that I don't own anything on this. Like, I don't own Twitch. I don't own YouTube. I don't even own my Facebook profile. If they want to, if any of these companies wanted to take down my profile, they could
You
at
are
the drop
paying
of a
rent.
hat for any reason. Yes, it's rented property. That's all it is. Like you're growing your crops on someone else's land. You know what I mean? And they have the right to that land whether you know whether you're making all your income off it or not, you know? And that was like really sobering to realize cuz I used to want to be like a big shot YouTuber or freaking like to have like one thing that pays for everything that I do online, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like the
Yep.
whole being a famous such and such person that makes this much money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we all wanted that dream at one point.
Yeah, but it made me realize like, yo, let's say that I do, go off with the YouTube thing exclusively. What happens if my channel gets taken down 5 years down the line and all my income is from my YouTube channel? You know what I mean? That's it. You're done. That's it for you.
Yep.
And I have no way to talk to any of these people that watched my videos because they just subscribed to me on YouTube and now they are lost forever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Same shit happens with Twitch folk too, man.
Yep.
People's channels get taken down, all that stuff. But look, this is what I want everybody to know. Like everybody, this is a message to all content creators. Have something outside of the platform that you're using to bring people to. And furthermore, have a way to contact the people that you have the attention of outside of that platform, aka build an email list. You know what I mean? Because those are contacts that you own at that point. You don't own followers, but if they opt in for your email list, that's your contact
Mm-hmm.
forever. And so I'm just like, yo, this is like, listen, I haven't been on social media. I haven't said anything for a long time. This is the first time, bro, that I actually talked to somebody in months, bro. You know what I mean?
I believe it.
So you're literally, yo, listen, you know when Naruto went off the train for 3 years?
Coming black with the orange and black jumpsuit.
Yo, I'm about to come back with the jumpsuit, bro. Like, and I'm gonna be like, listen, everyone.
Where's Hinata?
Oh my god. Oh, sorry. But yes, that's what I'm trying to say, man. Like, I just been learning a lot of shit, and I just listen. I just need everybody to know that don't, please, for the love of God, don't depend on Twitch for your entire livelihood. Don't depend on YouTube. Don't depend on like Instagram. Like, make something that you own that nobody can take from you, and you will be immortal. That's all I gotta say, bro. I know that I'm losing subs left and right because I don't stream at all, but in the end I think it's worth it because at least what I do, or at least when I finish what I'm doing, it will be mine. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So yeah. That's the rant right now.
Hey, that's gold. That's gold right there. Because I tell people all the
You
time,
think
like,
so?
yeah. Because for me personally, one of my
God.
goals, I want to have 5 sources of income. Okay, 3 of them,
Uh-huh.
2 of them truly passive. One I do for fun
Uh-huh.
because I feel like it, like a day
Uh-huh.
job, whatever, and something I do that's
Mhm.
like like stripping at night. That like
Okay.
it brings in the cash, but something I gotta go out do. Something simple. Because I learned first and foremost, this is everybody else who's like working 9 to 5s and all that stuff, and even if you work in retail, any other kind of job where someone else pays your paycheck,
Yeah.
job security does not exist.
No,
No,
it doesn't.
no.
It doesn't. You shouldn't feel secure. You shouldn't. You shouldn't feel comfortable. Whatever you're doing, don't get comfortable.
Exactly. The minute someone thinks you're not worth what they're paying you, they're not going to pay you anymore.
Nope.
Simple. The
Listen.
minute you don't want to pay for Netflix anymore, you ain't paying for it. It's the same thing.
Yep. Yep.
So
Yep.
diversify.
By the way,
Diversify.
my allergies are slapping right now, so forgive me if I sound like I'm freaking. You know what I mean? Porky pig out here.
Don't worry. My mouth is so dry for no reason because it's just this water's not helping.
Yeah, I got you. Let me stop.
Speaking of thirsty,
All right. Uh-oh.
while we're on the topic of social media and diversifying, I want your
Yes.
honest opinion. Honest opinion on people who chase that social media like fame, like road to life.
Man, I'm gonna tell you a personal story. You ready for this?
I'm always ready.
All right, so I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys, man. There was a point in my life where I thought that my life's overall fulfillment and enjoyment would increase if I had more Instagram followers. Like, I literally made it like a life goal to have like 200K Instagram followers at one point. And I was like, okay, the way I'm gonna get there is I'm gonna do this every single day, boom. And I started planning it out. I was like, if I can average this many followers and this many like, dude, listen, that shit, for a time, that shit did take over my life, right? And I thought I was doing the right thing because one might assume that the more popular you are, the more well off or the more rich you are, which is very rarely the case. People that are good at being popular get popular. You know what I mean? They don't necessarily become rich. They don't necessarily become successful. And they're definitely not necessarily good with business.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And one thing that I realized too is that, just like I was saying before, if you're putting all your eggs in one basket, if you're grinding for these likes and for these follows and for these whatever it is, these subs, you know what I mean? If you're grinding for something like that, that's cool when it starts to go your way, but it's devastating when it suddenly changes and it's not. There was a time where I got like 600 up to like, there was like a 1,000 likes sometimes on some of my pictures on Instagram. Like, that with Instagram was my shit, bro. It was my shit. And I'm not gonna lie, it was a nice ass like confidence booster too, because I was like, yeah, like cool, like I'm doing something right. You know, people are following me. But here's the thing. What made me realize that it wasn't the right way to go was seeing how quickly it could all go away. Like, I had all these followers, but if I didn't post a picture for like a week or something like that, vanish.
Yeah.
If I didn't work well with the Instagram algorithm, vanish. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so over time, my likes went from like this to like this. You know what I mean? And that was it sucked because I thought that success was measured by the amount of followers you had at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm trying to say is if you think that it's going to improve your well-being to be more popular, by all means do it, but just know that if popular is what you want to get out of life, that's all you'll get out of life.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not very good to be popular anyways. Gotta watch everything that you say, watch everything that you do. I don't want to be famous anymore, bro. I'd rather be the rich person that nobody knows about.
That sounds like goals right there. That's perfect. Cause
I'm
all the
I'm gonna
ratchet shit
keep it
I
real
say.
with you, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I would love to be able to post my opinion without it getting on Kotaku. You know what I mean? I don't
That
want to
is
read a Kotaku article about the fucking tweet I made on the toilet at 3 a.m. while I was high as shit. You know, like, why would I want to? Come on, dog.
that's exactly. And
But
people
it's the
forget to realize
truth.
that too. Even if you're like getting like Twitch followers or like YouTube like subscribers and everything. People watch you.
Yeah.
People watch you. People will get jealous. And people get jealous. People get mad. And people start going through tweets from
Yep.
2009, back when
Yep.
the internet was a totally different place.
Yep.
Back when we were saying stuff
Internet
we
was
wouldn't.
different back then, man. I'm not gonna look, man. People can say what they want, but times have changed, bro.
Like,
I'm
yeah, you can say that one homophobic slur I don't say anymore, but everyone used to say back in the day,
Yep,
and
I
it was
know.
cool.
I know.
Nowadays, oh, that's
Look,
a that's a lynch.
listen, let me tell you something, man. I am open as hell about how I used to be in the past. You know why? Because if I'm out here trying to be a self-righteous ass prune saying, I would never say that, you're judging people on Twitter, that shit gonna come right back to me. They're gonna be like, hold on a second, what about this tweet you made? You said, haha, these stupid F words, what? You know what I mean? It's just
Yep.
like, I gotta come up with an excuse. I gotta write a bullshit apology on Notepad and post it on Twitter, and then
That's
maybe make a YouTube video where I shed a manly tear and say, "I'm sorry."
I just pull Kevin Hart and just dip out of every Oscars from now on. Just be like, I ain't doing this no more.
Yo,
Go on Ellen. I don't want to have to go on Ellen.
yo,
I don't want to
you
have
know
to
what
go
I'm
on Ellen.
saying?
I want to go on Ellen,
Like,
but I don't want to have to go on Ellen.
just imagine, bro. Imagine that. And like, yeah, man, times are definitely different, and that's why this is this is this is something that I've come to recently. I don't expect everybody to agree with me, but I low key think it's better to just stay in the shadows and just do what you do, make your money,
Yep.
and get out of the way. You know what I mean? Like
It's-
just don't get involved in the crazy shit, bro. Like it's not worth it. It's just not.
Because back in the day, you can have a conversation in a room and not worry someone's streaming it. Someone has a cell phone recorder.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
can be more private. Like to be fair, nothing's you have that's connected to your computer devices is private. Not a damn
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. There's no private conversation anymore. But there's a real negative consequence to that too. Because if nobody feels that they can speak without immediately being judged, people won't say things that are important anymore. You know what I mean? Something can't be important if nobody gets offended by it. Think about it. What kind of mundane ass topics do you have to talk about to not offend anybody ever?
Like pineapple and
Think
pizza is a good
about it.
example.
Think about it. You
Like-
know what I mean? Like it's crazy. Pineapple and pizza.
Because like say that on Twitter, you're getting instant 20
Yeah.
likes, 20 retweets, and someone's calling you something horrible.
Yep. This fucking asshole,
Oh.
self-righteous, fucking douchebag thinks pineapple's good on pizza, head ass. You know, and it's I don't know, man. I don't know. I just think it's a shame because it discourages the ability to openly communicate about things that really matter. You know, And I think that's ultimately going to be a huge downfall for all of us. We're going to pay for that. You know what I mean? That stuff doesn't go unnoticed.
I think
And
kind
I
of the
think,
opposite's been kind of true at the same time, though. Well, yeah, it's kind
oh,
of harder to. Let's say me. I'm not gonna go actively if I know my friend group. If I know everybody around me is. We'll use politics as an example because I don't care
mm,
about the thing about politics. The stigma around it. Like I think people should talk about politics because if not,
mhm,
that's how we get Trump. I'm sorry, that's what happens.
mhm, mhm. It is what
So
happens.
yeah, like you don't talk about it, and same thing with. Actually, another bone to pick. I'm gonna jump on another tangent. The
Uh-huh.
whole
Go
like
ahead.
not discussing your salary thing, not discussing how much
Mhm,
you get paid.
mhm.
Y'all know your bosses said that, right? Not like the people who actually make your salary said that. Like your bosses said that, so they wouldn't have you making the same amount of money as your coworker down the street, trying to keep costs down and all that. So yeah, it's okay to talk about
Really?
politics and think about it. I have nothing to
Mm,
lose from you knowing that I make $15 an hour at my job, where I get 12 to 28 hours a week. What do I lose for
mhm.
that? What is it? What does your boss lose? Oh, okay, he gets paid 15. Why am I getting paid 14?
Ha. I see. I see. He gets paid 15. And wait, well, wait, no. Question. What do you think he would say if you asked that?
Oh, if I ask like why is he getting paid 15? Be like,
Yeah.
well, he's been at the company longer than you, and he's gotten much better in his performance records. But he got
Mhm.
hired last week, and I've been here for 20 years. Shut the fuck up.
Ooh, really?
That's what,
Yikes.
like, think about it. When you think of like a lot of people are scared to talk about their salary. I've noticed if I ask any of my coworkers, hey, how much do you make? They're like, why are you asking? So I can,
Really?
yeah. I mean, well,
So I
that's
can
my
know.
experience. I'm not sure about your experience. Have you had the same thing?
Yeah, people don't I don't know, bro. People don't really talk about it. It's like this secret that you gotta like hide under your bed, you
Is that,
know?
yeah.
Nobody's supposed to know how much I make. I never really understood why. I never understood it, but I guess I assumed it was because people were sensitive about the amount of money they make,
That too.
or
That too.
they, yeah,
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both, and also with some people, I understand why. Let's say if you're a big like content influencer and talking to companies, like you're not gonna put out like, "Hey, Pepsi paid me $100 to do this commercial," when you were like
yeah,
10 times smaller. Like, if we only pay you 6 times smaller, we only pay you 1,000, right? No, bitch, that's 10K. Get that here. So I understand that from a negotiation standpoint. But if you're
hmm,
working with somebody else who is making like with your coworkers, I think that's fine. That is fine to talk amongst yourselves, and you should.
yeah. I think I think that actually be very helpful for a lot of people, including myself. I think I think I need to talk to people more. I was gonna say my coworkers, but I think I need to talk to people in general more. I'm a very
Close person.
lone wolf. Yeah, like I don't know how to. I work alone a lot of the time. I'm Han Solo out here, but I know that the key to success is also working with other people too. So
Mm.
I gotta stay on top of that.
That's actually why I started with this project here, because I was like, I want to learn more about other people's viewpoints, because I know me, I know what I believe,
Mhm.
I know what I think. There's way more out there than just what I think. There has to be. There's no way, or else there'd be
Oh
no
yes,
reason why people would not put pineapple on pizza. Obviously, so there must be other ways of thinking.
there is. There always is. No, it's for real. Like
Yeah.
that's exactly that's exactly why I did the Ali show. You know what I mean? That's exactly
Mm-hmm.
why I did it, because I was like, yo, like I need to just talk to people real quick. I need to understand what goes through people's heads. But when you do, you learn a lot about yourself too.
Oh
You learn a
yeah.
lot about like life in general and about how things may not have always been like how you think they are, or that you were thinking completely wrong about something and you learn something new. Either way, you win. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You always take like. There's so much information in the world. There's over 7 billion people, and at
Yeah.
least 1 million of them I will never have anything in common with whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
actually, last episode I brought on one of my friends, Ensign. She's trans, but she doesn't like also lives in the Netherlands. I feel so bad. I can't remember where she's from. She's gonna
Uh
rip me a new
oh.
asshole after this episode. I'm
Uh
sorry. I
oh.
just forgot. Okay, it is late. It is
Just cut it out in the
11:27.
edit.
I'm see. My rule is if I say something stupid, then I cut it out. But if it's because I own up. I own up to my mistakes. I own up to my failures.
You
Because if
take the
not,
L.
I take it. In fact,
Yeah.
if I had enough L's, I'll just put them up there.
Hey man, you know I count my L's, man.
All
I count them
426
shits,
of them.
bro. I'm glad I stopped streaming for a minute because that number would have been 1,000 by now, man. Hey, an L a day keeps the doctor away. I always say.
Hey, an
I'm
L
not
a
mad
day.
at it
That's
though.
all you need. One a day or two.
Yeah,
Because the L is a
yeah.
lesson.
That's. Let me stop. All right. That's what I try to tell people, man. Like, real talk, bro. I don't get embarrassed over shit like I used to. I used to be really self-conscious about like getting embarrassed in public, but like nowadays, bro, nowadays, if I do some embarrassing shit in public, I'm gonna just be like, hey, look, it is what it is, cat. You know, I didn't create me, okay?
Yeah, if it happened, it happened. Like just
Hey,
own up to it and do better next time.
I learned from it. Yeah, exactly. I think there's a lesson to be learned in that too, because it's not like that's. You would think that most people would do that though, right? But a lot of the times it's very hard to own up to something, especially if you fucked up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But
Shit, I still
it's
don't do that
something that you
myself.
gotta learn. Huh?
I still don't do it myself sometimes. Like some things I can, but not everything. You still, it's very hard.
It's hard, bro. Like here's the thing, like people make it sound like, oh, taking responsibility, owning up to your mistakes. They say it like it's supposed to be some easy ass thing that you can just do on a whim, right? But when your back's against the wall, it's the real deal. You know what I mean? When the shit hits the fan for real, it's
Mm-hmm.
hard. It's hard to look somebody in the eye and say you actually genuinely fucked up and you have no idea how to fix it. That's hard. And that's why most people would rather not do it, to be completely real with you. And I understand why. I understand why. Because you always run the risk of getting hurt even more for telling the truth.
Oh yeah,
You
my
know?
mama taught me that real quick.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
mama, I stole from this man. You did? Where the belt? I'm sorry, mama.
Hey, that it's the gospel truth, my guy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things that I think really define human nature. If there's anything that does, it's probably that concept. The whole if you do the right thing, you'll probably get fucked over even more thing. So what do you do? That's the ultimate question. To be or not to be? That's the question, bro.
There's so deep knowledge.
Listen,
The deep.
listen. Just bro, listen. Real talk. Whatever you want to talk about, bro, I got you, man. I'm an open book right now. So
Speaking of open
yeah,
books, have you read
uh oh.
anything especially enlightening lately? Because I know the answer is yes. The question is, what
Of
was it?
course. Oh man. Okay. You want me to get up? I'll go get the books real quick.
I get them if you want to.
Because I gotta remember. There's like a couple. Hold on, I got you. Book recommendations right here. You ready?
Book recommendations.
Okay, so I'm not even gonna pull these out yet, but look, you can listen to the audiobook on YouTube, but it's a really short book. It's called As a Man Thinketh. Have you ever heard of it?
No, I have not.
Amazing book. Read it immediately. I recommend that book for every single person on the planet Earth. I want everybody to read that book because essentially the the big idea of the whole book is that your thoughts rule your actions, rule your reality, rule your life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Your thoughts create who you are. You become what you think about all the time. As a man thinketh, so he shall become. That's pretty much what the book lays out. So it talks about the importance of what you dwell your thoughts on and what kind of person that you want to be. It's like a conscious effort that you have to make every single day, because if left unchecked, it's like growing weeds in soil. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's one. What really got me on my business grind is this book right here. It's called Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson. I came across this book by chance online, and it was a free plus shipping type of deal or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
basically, what this book outlines is how to, one, become an expert in a market that you want to create a business in, two, how to present yourself as an expert in said market, and three, how to create a business out of being an expert, period. So it basically lays out for you how to create a business out of the thing that you do, you know? So I recommend this for anybody that even wants to even think about becoming an entrepreneur, or about turning what they love or are good at into a actual tangible business, something that can actually carry you for the rest of your life. So this one I recommend. And number 3, Jordan B. Peterson's 12 Rules for Life, An Antidote to Chaos. I haven't even finished this book yet, but I've been thoroughly enjoying it. I think it's really dope and insightful. It gives you it I don't know how to describe it, because I don't want to classify this as like a typical self-help book, because I don't think the goal of this is to teach you how to help yourself. The goal of this book is to just show you that you don't have to be miserable. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like its whole goal is to show you, like, look, like, honestly, things do suck, but here's how you can fix it if you really want to. You know what I mean? And it just explains it explains all the concepts really damn well in this. And this is one of the books that I'm going to regret not having finished so far. So, yeah, As a Man Thinketh, Expert Secrets, and 12 Rules for Life. But I really want to read other books like The Rational Male, or maybe even I don't know. I was looking at some other ones, but yeah, I want to read more on like business too
Okay. I
when I do
definitely.
get the chance.
I've been very slacking in my book game. Very slacking.
Yeah,
Like, it's
me
kind
too.
of sad. No, like when I say slacking, I mean like
Like, you haven't
nil,
read it all.
nil.
Oh man.
But I don't know. I've been the more I do these casts, the more I want to, because everyone's recommended something to me, and from listening to everyone so far, especially you and Ensign and Cena, both of you, and Randy too, actually. I just want
Uh-huh.
to like. Knowledge seems so much more fun. I mean, it's always been fun for me. I always love learning stuff. I always like to ask questions. It's like
Yeah.
sometimes I feel like
Always
I'm
seek
asking too many
knowledge.
questions. Yeah, because think about it. Your brain can hold a lot of stuff. You just
Yeah.
gotta want to learn it.
Yeah. Absolutely. And the best part about it is, once you really learn something, like, and I'm not talking about learning like, oh, like, uh water contains this chemical, or like some like generic stuff. What I mean is, when you really learn something that like changes your life and your point of view, it's impossible to unlearn it.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes it's like updating the software on your phone, you know? Why would you go back to version zero point 0.2 if you can have version 1.5 right now? And that's how I consider it. It's like, let me constantly update my database. Let me update my OS. Let me become better. I say that a lot, but that's literally become like my motto, right next to defeat yourself, dude. It goes hand in hand. But yeah.
That's I like that analogy. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Thank you, man.
Because
Let
that's
me stop.
because even thinking about it, as a guy who likes his tech, it's like, yeah, you usually upgrade like to the next
Yes.
version, and it's great
Yeah.
because I can even counter that a little bit too. Is sometimes the new version isn't always the best, which is when you have to figure out, do you want to revert or do you want to stay advanced?
Bro, yeah. You know how they got the GTX, like what? What are they at? Like 2080 now or
Yeah, or
whatever,
the RTX. Yeah, one of
like
those.
graphics card.
Yeah.
So imagine you're still using like a 560 or something right now
Mm-hmm.
in the age where games are coming out in 4K. You can't have outdated information and perspective in your life. That's how I see it. Because once you do that, you're dead at that point. You know what I mean? If you fail to see the world for the reality that it is, or if you fail to see the world in any other way than how you've always thought it was, then you will not grow and you will not evolve and you will not survive. That's literally how that's the logic it makes in my head, man.
Yeah, that's honestly one of the saddest things I see. And I work at a retail store where a lot of people of the older generation comes in. And the saddest thing I
Yeah,
see is when someone's like, "Here, I know how to work this phone. Do it for me." I'm like,
that's crazy to me, man.
I mean,
Like,
yeah, it's learning that it's something in our society that you kind of have to learn now. Like a lot of
yeah,
things are going that direction. I mean, granted, probably not gonna be around long enough to see a lot of it implemented, but
yeah,
let's be real. But kind of refusing to learn something is just
foolish.
yeah, foolish. That's basically, yeah, foolish
It's
and
foolish.
baffling.
Yeah. 'Cause imagine, okay, this, all right. If for the people that are skeptical, because there's people that are like, oh, technology is a bad thing, stuff like, okay, cool. All right. Let's take it back then, okay? For the people that miss caveman days. So imagine a tribe of people that are living in a cave, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they communicate using their cave drawings, or they communicate using fire, whatever means they use to communicate. Imagine they're using some tool to better the entire herd or the entire pack, whatever it is, right? And imagine the people that didn't want to use these means, the people that didn't want to use sharp knives to hunt for food, the people that didn't want to use fire to cook their meat. Guess what happened to them? They died out.
Mm-hmm.
You got to think about it like this. The reason we're alive right now is because everybody that ever led up to you made a good decision.
Yeah.
Think about that, bro.
Yeah.
Think about that. Billions of years of good decisions brought you into this world, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. That's.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So people, stop being stupid. You know what I mean? Like, it's no room for this. It's literally about survival. You know what I mean? Are you going to are you going to progress with the herd or not? And sure, it from that standpoint, it sounds like, follow the crowd, but I think it's a little different. You know what I mean? Because it's one thing to follow the crowd, and it's another thing to just walk away from the entire village and into the wilderness and get
Mm-hmm.
your ass ate by a lion. You know?
Another way to look at it too, it's like breaking your own legs, whilst everyone
Yeah,
else is like running away from a herd of zombies. That's
yeah,
you're crippling yourself. You don't need to do that
yes,
to. It's like you can cripple yourself all you want and be like, I don't want to do all this learning, all this technology. Okay, you're gonna get eaten by zombies. Thanks.
yep. I feel like that's just the one big metaphor. You're getting eaten up by ignorance.
Mm.
You're consumed by ignorance. That's the metaphor that I got for you. You know.
The number one killer in America is ignorance.
Agreed. Agreed. I would honestly argue that I don't want to say all violence, but most violence could have been prevented with less ignorance or
Mm.
more knowledge, however you want to kick it. You know what I mean? I feel like education goes a long way. And I'm not talking about school. You know what I mean? There's a difference between going to school and getting educated.
Yep.
Going to school is learning what the capital of France is. Getting educated is understanding how to conduct your business properly so that you don't get fucked up by the IRS. Going to school is learning about the Pythagorean theorem, and getting educated is understanding the best way to communicate with people so that you don't look like a jackass and make enemies in your life. You know
Hmm.
what I mean?
Yep.
Education is the key to survival, not the key to a test. I'm sorry, man.
That is
I felt
no,
that with my
because
soul.
for me personally, like when people bring up the school and education thing,
Yep.
I think school is the biggest waste of time for a lot of our young people. For a
Oh
lot of them.
man. Oh, how was it for you, bro? How was your
So
high school experience?
I was a gifted and talented person um up until high school. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Now for gifted and talented in my area, just meant that my mama wasn't doing crap.
Okay.
Pretty
Fair
pretty
enough.
much. I don't want to be too like rough, you know. Out in the hood, it was kind of hard for some people. For me, luckily, my mom's a teacher, single parent, but I was
Mhm.
relatively cheap as a child, I think. So you know, we were good. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, my mom always. I went to the library. I read books. I would learn how to do things on my own. I learned how to cook when I was like 10. I
Mhm.
was able to just like, you know, teach myself things and take care of myself. I went to boarding school when I was 13, so I learned to be
You
away
did it.
from. Yeah, I learned to be away from my my parents, my mom. Mind you,
Okay.
when I got to high school, I wasn't given talent anymore. I was just another kid. And
Huh.
the problem with that was I was told the entire time growing up, oh, you're super smart. You're going to go far. You're great. You're great. And I don't ever want to say that it's their fault. It's not their fault for where I'm in my life. I'm unhappy where I am in my life currently, but that's completely on me. No one
Mhm.
else's fault. But that did prime my expectations to be a little jaded, to say the least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have it going for me.
Pretty much. I got comfy. I got
Mhm.
comfy. I was comfortable as
Yeah.
shit. And
Yep.
and now I'm paying for that by being uncomfy as hell.
Yep.
Yep.
Trust me, I know.
So and then anyway, pretty much up until high school, I was fine through there. Not the best, but then college is when it in the face, in the
Slapped
face.
you.
Hard.
Oh man, what happened in college, man?
You're gonna laugh. I dropped out my fourth year.
Uh-oh. Right before you graduated?
Well, I wasn't gonna grad. Here's the thing. I dropped out mainly because I looked. I was like, I fucked up so bad my freshman, sophomore, and junior year. I wasn't gonna be able to graduate until 2 more years after my senior year. So I was like, this is a $30,000 a year school. I might as well
You're
dip out.
right.
I might as well
I
dip
did
out.
laugh. Oh,
On
damn.
paper, it looks worse than it is, but to me, it was a lot worse than it actually. It was pretty bad still too. It was just
Yeah.
yeah. Honestly, I'm glad I did it because that was the first time I ever took straight control of my life. I made a decision on my own. It
Yeah.
wasn't going to autopilot, so I'm glad I did it. Wish I did it earlier. My wallet does too, but
Oh
I'm
man.
glad. I'm glad I did do it at that time.
Them student loans, dude.
Ooh, we're not gonna talk about
I
those.
bro, I could get into
Ooh.
a whole TED talk about student loans, the college system,
Or how
all
predatory
of
it
it,
is
bro.
for
Bro.
oof. Because I know
Oh,
all the people
listen,
were mean
man.
or well, mean, you're like, yeah, take out that loan. You'll pay it off. It'll be fine. It's like
This shit was normalized to hell, right? Taking out loans that'll take you 12 years to pay back. Like,
12.
they made that shit sound so normal.
They're
Like,
like, yeah, you're
it's
just gonna take out like
okay.
150K. You're fine. I'm like,
Borrow money you don't have and you probably will never have with the
money
job
that
that
an 18-year-old could not comprehend unless their daddy was
yeah,
like a like millionaire already. It's like, yeah,
yeah,
take out what I make in a salary in 2 years, in 3, 4 years, in 4 years.
yeah.
Like, if I face everything towards that, and that's just I I can't wait for when that crashes because I'm not sure what's going to happen. Like, who's going to get the shitty end of it? It's going to be us, obviously. They're going to put it
I'm
on
gonna tell you
somehow,
right
but
now,
it's
I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief.
mm-hmm.
We're probably going to be the last generation that makes their kids go to college.
Oh,
And we'll probably be the last generation that tells our kids that college is the way to become successful. Because that's what I was told. I was
mm-hmm.
told that going to college would exponentially increase your chances of being successful, that it was some sort of magic fucking pill that you could just have in your pocket that would get you jobs. That's what I was told. College was just hyped up as this thing that everybody was supposed to do
Yeah, it
because
wasn't like an
it's
option for
what
me. It was just
successful
like
people
you're
did.
going.
Yeah, that it's but that's what happened though. That's exactly what happened. And here we are now, a generation of students that are incredibly in debt. Like I'm talking, we have massive amounts of debt. Bro, I know people that left and graduated college with $200,000 negative. 200. Listen, Sadomi, I listen. $200,000, dude.
That's
That's
not
almost $250,000
plus the interest too. Got up on that.
in the negative. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
it's
shit that you owe. Even if you have $10,000 in the bank account, you're in the negative still because you owe money. Isn't that crazy?
it's indentured
And you want to
servitude.
know? And you want to know the best part? The job, no, the degree that $200,000 was for was probably a liberal arts degree, or probably like a pot making class,
Mhm.
or something that will probably pay you, if you're lucky, around $15 to $20 an hour, 40 hours a week for the rest of your life. And you will have paid off your debts maybe on your 60th birthday. That's how most people, or some people, live their entire lives, bro. Indebted. I don't want that, man.
I,
I wouldn't wish that on anybody, bro.
it's
That's
so yeah.
hell.
It's the worst. Like, what do you want them to do? Because people are like, oh, why don't you get a better job? It's like I did everything I was told to do. I'm
Yeah.
in the situation. That's the worst part. No one did anything wrong on the students' end. Like they did everything they were told to do. They got all
Yep.
A's through classes. They
Yep.
networked.
The
They
best
found good
student in the
jobs.
world, but can't get paid for shit.
And then you got
But
people
you
out
want to know
here
this?
with no college education making bunch of money because they're smart businessmen because they were like,
Listen,
this college
listen,
shit, that's a fucking scam,
listen,
bro. I'm gonna sell t-shirts out
listen,
back my van, save up for a storefront,
listen,
then make FYE, motherfucker.
listen, dude. This isn't the people that are listening to this thinking that you're joking. You're not joking. And I know you're not joking. You know why? Because I know how this shit goes now. I understand. Oh my God. Listen, when I discovered that you didn't have to go to college to be a multimillionaire, it literally turned my entire world upside down. Because my entire life, I was under the impression that a college degree made people believe that you were worth more money, that you were smarter, that you were more well trained. But you want to know the truth? Let me tell you that. Let me tell you something, bro. You want to know the secret to making money? The only secret to making money is only one thing, bro. It's your ability to solve problems, bro. It's your ability to solve problems. If,
Mm-hmm.
bro, all right. Have you ever heard of Amazon? This little company called Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
You got Amazon Prime?
Oh yes, I do.
Of course. Who doesn't have Amazon Prime? You know, but that's crazy. That's damn near a requirement now, right? You order stuff online and it gets to you in 2 days.
That's ridiculous. Like
That was
that's ridiculous.
that was unheard of. But it now is probably the most successful business on the planet Earth right now. If it isn't, it's damn near going to be. You know, and the reason why is because it solved a really big problem, which was, how can I get whatever I want as quick as I want and straight to my doorstep.
Mm-hmm.
If the person who figured out how to do that, Jeff Bezos, became a multi-billionaire. I need you to understand. So that was the thing I learned, bro. The key to making money is solving problems, not getting attention. It's
That's
getting other people results. You know what I mean? Not showing your results.
yeah. Like I said, you don't need to have 1 million customers. You just gotta have a
Yeah.
100 customers with $10,000.
Yep. That's
You
it.
gotta do.
That's it. And you're, bro, this is really why I try to, man, I be trying to talk to people about this kind of stuff, but like I don't know, man. I feel like maybe I get too hyped up about this shit. You know what I mean? When I talk about it and people are just like, "Oh geez, like he makes it sound like so much work." And it is a lot of fucking work, but like, yo, I will say it, I said it once and I'll say it again. If you're a content creator, please create something that you own. Create Oh, it's my dog. Create something that solves a problem. Next, stop it. Oh my god.
That's okay. We love doggos here.
Okay. Gotta like go bring her in here. She'll stop talking then. But yeah, that's pretty much what I was trying to say, bro. It's just like really, if you really have anything to offer, I would suggest starting there at something that was a problem for you and that you solved in due time, and then teaching other people how to do it. That's why I started the defeat yourself shit. That's literally why.
Because I remember you're offering what's it called? Just like free regimens. Hey, DM me, you got a free regimen. Here you go.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
I would look. So okay. Do you want me to explain the defeat yourself shit?
Go right ahead, my friend.
Okay. All right. So I'll, I'm gonna just tell you how it all began. A long time ago, when I first started working out and when I started going to the gym religiously, um, the only reason that it started to happen as a habit, the only reason I started really sticking to it was because one day I looked in the mirror as I was working out and I was really about to give up. Like I was really like, all right, man, maybe this gym shit ain't for me. You know, like maybe I'm not gonna get the body that I want. Maybe like every doubt that could come to your head came to my head that day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was ready to just call it quits. But then I like looked in the mirror and then I looked at myself and I don't know why I thought this. Like, I never used to think this way until this day, right? But I looked at myself and I was like, who is it saying this right now? And I really thought about that and I was like, who is the one that's saying that I can't do this? Who is telling me that I can't get results? Because nobody said anything to me about it. And that's when I looked at myself and I was like, it's me. Like I'm the one that's in my own way right now. I'm truly my own enemy right now because I'm really about to stifle my progress. I'm really about to see myself give up on this shit. And it's me that's causing it. So I was like, what am I supposed to do? And so I thought about it and I said, I got to beat this guy in the mirror. I got to defeat myself. And that's literally how it started, bro. That's the origin story of Defeat Yourself, the motto. It started from me literally about to give up on becoming a better version of myself and realizing that I was in my own way. So that's how it all began. And the business side of it, the business side of it didn't really begin until mid last year or like kind of like near the end of last year after I got my personal training certification because I thought of this, bro. I had been doing this for a while now. Like I felt like I basically finally discovered like a way of living that would enable me to become better each day, you know, through physically, mentally, spiritually, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, wow, like I started putting it into practice and I started seeing results. And so I was like, how much more can I learn about this? Like how much more can I push this? And so I started delving into personal training. I started trying to learn about how to actually work out, like for real, and how to get certain results, and how to have, like, if somebody wanted to build muscle, if somebody wants to burn fat, someone wants to get a big booty, you know what I mean? Like learning the actual science behind it. That
Mm-hmm.
shit was like getting a superpower. And I was like, God damn, like I'm not even the buffest dude in the gym, but I don't feel like I have to be anymore because I know what I have to do to get that way, but I don't really want to do it because, like, if I'm being real with myself, like that's a lot of fucking work. Other people will want to do it, that's cool. But for me, I'm cool with what I'm doing. And if I want to gain like 50 pounds of muscle mass, sure, I can do that whenever. But right now, I'm
Yeah,
all
you're not
right.
trying to keep
You
it
know what I
solid.
mean? Like
Yeah, yeah.
I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm also doing Muay Thai too. So like the
Mm.
more muscle I have, the more exhausted I'm gonna be with high intensity shit like that. So, anyways, I started learning how to really train uh people and myself. And so I was like, yo, I need to make a thing out of this because everything that I was learning was shit that I feel like everybody should know. Like, I feel like we should all know how to eat properly. I feel like we should all know how much water we should be drinking or how much exercise we should be doing each day, or even shit like how to plan accordingly, like how to actually have a goal and accomplish it.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I came up with this concept called the battle book, right? Where I keep a journal of the things that I do. I write down the goals that I have. I literally write out like checklists for each day. Bro, I get up and I write out how I want my day to go the next day. The next day. Like I write my days out ahead of time. You know what I mean? And so like so once I started doing that, I realized like, yo, the key to my future is being deliberate about it. Like I need to grab my life by the balls and stop being passive about the things that I want. And that's how Defeat Yourself was born, bro. And that's why I'm working on the academy right now. And the academy, the Defeat Yourself Daily Academy is basically I'm basically treating it like a school for people that want to become the super version of themselves, the superhuman version of themselves. I call it the first online training system designed for superhuman self-improvement. And that's what it is. That's the grand vision for Defeat Yourself Daily, honestly. And that's the business that I'm working on right now. And that's why nobody hears from me because that's what I'm working on every day after work, bro. I get off work, I come home and I work on that shit. I was actually planning to release it February 9th, but I'm going to postpone it because I haven't set it up in a way that's truly effective yet. I don't want to drop a half-assed product, you
Mm-hmm.
know? I want to be able to put something out that I'm like, yeah,
Yep.
that is a fucking dope product. I made that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so, yeah, that's Defeat Yourself Daily.
I love the concept. I love the idea. And like I said,
Thank you,
from everything
man.
I've heard from you, I already know that once it's done, it's gonna be baller. It's gonna be set.
Bro, thank you, man. I'm gonna send you the fucking release, bro.
Perfect. And
Just
no,
wait, man. Just wait. I'm packing as much value as I can into that bitch. Nobody's gonna be able to look at that website and say, you know what, this isn't worth anything. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nah, we ain't doing this. But yeah, man. Had to go on that little tangent right there.
That's okay. Honestly, like I said, whenever you come on the show, everybody comes on the show. If you got a project, if
Damn.
you got a plan, if you got a goal, I want to hear it. Tell me about it.
Bro, listen, it would not get done if I didn't have this book. I'm telling you right now, I literally have an entire segment in the academy about this, the importance of writing your goals and writing what you want to do, you know? Like I think if you just look, if you want to be successful, just look at what successful people do and do
Mm-hmm.
that. You know what I mean? Just stop looking at your broke friends and do what successful people do. You know, like no, it's the truth though, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like as rude as that shit sounds, like I'm not going to get rich by listening to people that aren't in the position that I want to be in. Because what good is their advice? Would you trust a personal trainer that was obese? You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, would you
Mm-hmm.
trust somebody like that? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. So it's like, why would you take how to be a millionaire advice from somebody that's broke?
And like I tell people all the time too, like my personal goals, I want to be the store manager inside a room full of company CEOs. That's what I want to be. I want to be.
That's what I'm telling you, dude.
The lowest in the room. So this way, I know what I got to do. I know who I got to hang out with. I know what I can osmosis from those around me to get to where they're at.
Being the highest tiered person in the room does you no good. It only serves as an ego boost, bro. That's literally it. Like, I feel like for the sake of everybody else, you should be surrounding yourself with people that make you want to become better. Because if you don't, Jesus, my fucking throat. If you don't, bro, you're gonna have to cut out all these voice cracks. Stop. Because if you don't, then you run the risk of going backwards or staying the same. Either one, no growth. And some people stay like that until the day they die. From the time they're 25, they stop growing and then they die. That's it. That's their whole life. They grow up, they think they know what they want, and they never do it. And then they die. And that's it. We're all going to die. But at least I want to go out knowing that I gave a shit and I played the game well. You know what I mean? I want to go out thinking, yeah, man, nobody touching my high score right now. At least not for a while. Now just go night night.
Like I said, we only got one life.
Exactly.
Memento
As
mori.
far as we know.
Yeah. That's a whole nother conversation too.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, like I said, my biggest fear is having to stay in the exact same position I am when I'm 30.
Bro, imagine you wanna know some shit that scared the hell out of me? All right, how old are you, man?
I'll be 25 in July, so I'll be 24.
Think about this, bro. There was a time where you woke up and you were 12 years old. And then there was a time where you woke up and you were 18 years old. And then there was a time where you woke up and you were 24 years old. Do you see what I'm getting at here? One day you're going to wake up and you're going to be 30 years old. One day you're going to wake up and you're going to be 70 years old. And the only thing that you're going to have to remember who you were are your memories and your experiences. And if your life is filled with 50 years worth of the same exact experiences, chances are you will be the same exact person and you will do the same exact thing. And that's what's scary to me, man. I just realized, like, I'm going to wake up one day and I'm going to be old as shit.
Yep.
Because I'm doing that right now. I feel old. I feel like low key, man, I'm about to be 25 in October. Listen, bro. Life has never been so weird to me as it is right now. I'm at a crossroads in my fucking life, bro. Because I see my mortality, but I also see my youth too. You know what I mean?
It's like right in the middle.
Exactly.
See, for you, luckily you're staying active, that's good for you. But I know people, and right now, myself included, I've been kind of slack on my activity game. But
I realized the Prodigy program.
But yeah, so I used to play hockey like every Tuesday, like a few months ago. And then I stopped because of like one little incident. And now like I can feel my body. I can feel like those weird aches my mother would talk about, or like, you know, all the older people might have to talk about. It's like, oh yeah, that does. I wake up and it's like, oh, I can't do that anymore. Like I go outside and run for a few seconds just to run for, and I'm like, oh, heavy breathing, and it makes me want to just go like sprint for miles, even though I know I can't. But like I want to go out there and just go run around and just get in, like I just want to get into a fight, not because I'm mad at anybody, but just because like I want to feel that, feel kind of like I can still move, like I still control my body kind of way. Man. Yeah. Yeah.
I want to feel alive. It's man, you know, I've been helping coworkers out with like fitness and stuff. We go to the gym during lunch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now here's the thing, man. Hold on, let me like move this over here to the front of me so I can actually see. So here's the thing. Um, when people first start working out, it sucks. Like it sucks. You're going to the gym, you're like, I hate this shit. Like, I don't want to do anymore. It hurts so bad, you know. I'm out of breath all the time. I don't want to go. You want to come up with all the reasons to not do it at first.
Mm-hmm.
But like there's a point that you reach when you just force yourself to do it and you just keep doing it repeatedly over and over. There's a point you reach where you're just like, all right, I think this is I can take this. This is cool, you know? And then it becomes, well shit, I don't really want to not do this right now. And then it becomes, holy shit, I can't imagine how I didn't do this all the time before. And that's like that's the stage that I'm at right now where I feel uncomfortable if I don't work out for a long time. It's weird. Like I'm just like, like I feel the gross accumulating in my body. You know, training is important. It
Mm-hmm.
stimulates the body and the mind and the soul.
I always say everyone should get to a point. I don't care who you are, what age group. Physically, your body should be able to survive a zombie apocalypse, and your skills
Yeah.
too. You should learn how to
Yeah.
feed yourself, learn how to
Yep.
ration food for yourself, be able to pick
Yep.
yourself up, be able to run away from something if you need to. Just basic
Yep.
survival instincts of being an animal, which we are. And
That's a good I want to say template.
I'll say
I want to say
standard.
that's
I'll
a
say
good
standard.
Yeah, that's a good standard
Yeah.
because you want some people like for me I don't want to be a huge ass bodybuilder because I don't see the utility in it
Yeah.
personally.
You're gonna rip all your
I'm not
shirts.
dissing any. Yeah, like bro, I like my clothes fitted like smaller. You know what I mean? Because I just like looking fuller in clothes. But I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to be walking around like this. You know, I want to be flexible. I want that like Spider-Man kind of build. You know,
So my Miles Morales
but
or Peter Parker?
I say Peter Parker, like Amazing
All right.
Spider-Man.
Okay.
Peter
All
Parker.
right.
No,
Yeah.
well, Ultimate Spider-Man is not bad. Ultimate Spider-Man is a little skinnier than how I am right now, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I think that when you're just at a point where you can go up the stairs and not run out of fucking breath, that's a good benchmark to at least be able to function. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Some people can't even function in the
There's
world. Some people are too big to get out of bed, bro.
which at that point I'm like, I don't like my I, I call myself fat all the time.
Oh man.
And it's like people are like, you're not fat, you're skinny. It's like, now you're comparing me to Gladys, who who goes to McDonald's every night and gets a McDouble,
Oh,
two
God.
McChickens, and a 20-piece chicken
Yeah.
nugget.
I
And
have
that's just a
two
snack.
number nines, five number sixes,
And her favorite
What's
drink is
up,
Diet
hey?
Cola. Like,
and a large soda. Oh man. All you had to do was follow the damn train, CJ. Let me stop. You know?
oh
I
my
love
god.
that shit. Okay, sorry.
But
Go
but
ahead.
yeah, like just because I know where I would love to ideally be. Like I said, I don't want to like I've never had a desire to be like ripped or being like 6-pack abs. I've always just wanted to be like utility fit. Like if I look this way, but I could still like run 2 miles, I could do parkour up a building, and I could
Yeah.
like take a choke slam off into like
Yeah.
20-foot steel cage. Yeah, cool. I'm happy. I'll take that. I don't need the thinness.
Gladly. I'd love to be able to, man, after Muay Thai, it's parkour time, bro. I'm on a mission to become a superhero. I just need you guys to understand this first thing.
I
I'm
will
really about to become a superhero, bro.
when you make your Ali logo, I'll make sure to get it nice little spotlight up here. This way you can be like,
bro.
oh, we need it. Where are you?
Bro, that's look, man. Think about it like this, right? They say set a goal so high that it scares you. My goal is to just become the superhero version of myself. You know, I want to know how to fight really well. I want to be able to do parkour. I want to know how to build my strength. I want to know how to train myself. I want to have a neat ass like costume. Like, here's the thing, bro. I'm not about like the spandex type shit. I like the functional costumes, the shit that you would see in like the Dark Knight type stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's dope to me. Listen, when I tell you that my future will be very strange for people that don't know me, it's going to be very strange for people that don't know me, bro. Like, just stay tuned, man. That's all I gotta say, bro. Just stay tuned, man. There's a lot of shit I want to do with my life, man.
I'm just
For
gonna be in
sure,
Seattle, be the Seattle version of like Luke Cage.
bro. Listen, I'm gonna just come through with my hood. You know what I mean? Like, bro, listen. Ah, but yeah.
Oh man,
Shit.
that's glorious.
What were we talking about? I totally forgot.
I don't know. Honestly, I still love doing this cast. Every time I do it, like my favorite parts are recording, like the actual conversation. My favorite part, editing and stuff. That's
Ah,
whatever. I could have someone do that later on. But
man. Real talk, just throw them shits up.
oh yeah, no,
Like, you know how Joe Rogan just he just throws them up. There ain't no edits on that shit, bro. He's like, bro, those things could be like 3-4 hours long. He's like, nah. Who's gonna sit and edit a 4 hour talk? You know what I mean? Like,
oh my god,
nope.
that was actually one thing that
But
held me back for the longest time too. Not the editing, but
what?
like the fear of perfection.
Oh man,
That caught me. I have 10 videos I've made unreleased
yeah.
sitting in my folder that I have not
Seen
finished.
the light of day.
And I've half of them are rendered. Half of them are rendered and ready to go. I'm just too worried about them being perfect. But with the
You
cast
know
here,
what?
I just put them up.
You know what? Perfection is a slow but silent killer, bro. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
And I know because I'm a perfectionist too. And that's one of the things that I really have to be careful of, especially when it comes to working on this fucking site, because I want it to be perfect. But I know, like, the way that I want it to be, I know that I cannot have it be that way if I plan to release this anytime soon, you know? So it's like, I gotta work with what I can do right now and hope that that's enough until the later stages where it becomes my actual vision. So, like, I guess the hardest part about all this is finding the fine line between perfection and utility. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Does it work? Does it get the job done? If so, all right, let's do it. Keep it pushing.
Mm-hmm. Because no one's
Once
gonna
you are able to
notice
get
one small
editors,
mistake.
exactly. But hey, once you're able to get editors for your shit, that's when the game changes, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I think shit really starts to happen is when you start outsourcing and you're not editing your own shit anymore. You're not making your own designs anymore. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to get to. Right now I'm a one man show, but I know that I'm gonna need some people. I'm gonna need a squad sooner or later.
Yeah. Like one thing I feel so bad for, and I think a lot of really good content creators who are one man bands don't get enough credit for, is the fact that they do everything.
Yeah.
Even if you look at like a normal, like a 9 to 5 job, not one person does everything.
Yeah, I know.
But
That's why it works too though. Like at a
yeah.
game studio, you know what I mean? Like for my job, my 40-hour a week job, I work at a video game studio as a video game animator. And I see it. I know for a fact one person couldn't make like Destiny or something. You know
Hell
what I mean?
no.
One person can't make Call of Duty even if they wanted to, even if they could, you know?
See you in
And
10 years.
yeah, it's just like you got you this is okay. This is how it was put to me by some other entrepreneur. He said your goal as the entrepreneur should be to be the dumbest person in the room, meaning everybody that you work with for a certain job needs to know how to do it better than you,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And that's how you get a strong product. That's how you get a strong team, because your job is to bring the right people together, not do everything yourself.
Yep.
So that's what I'm trying to do, man. Look, I've done, bro, listen. I feel like I've done like a cool like year's worth of inner growth in a very short time because I just stopped getting caught up in the bullshit, man. I just got tired of the bullshit, bro. Like I got tired of the bullshit, man. The bullshit of trying to keep up with the Joneses on social media and trying to fucking do the most. You know what I mean? And when
Mm-hmm.
I just sat and I just focused on what the fuck I was trying to actually do with my life, shit just fell into place. And now, man, like I feel bad because I don't really like go on Twitch like that. Like sometimes I'll come in and say what's up to people, but for the most part, I'm working, bro. I'm working, and it kind of feels shitty, but at the same time, it's like I understand now that I have to do this. Like it's a sacrifice. It's something that must be done. Either that or I won't get what I want. That's it. You
Exactly.
cannot have it all. You cannot be on fucking social media for 7 hours every day expecting to become a fucking millionaire with a great business. That's not how it works.
Mm-mm. Not at all. Yeah, for like I understand that too. I know it's the days when I'm working on like just this like just this cast, just any other
Yeah.
project I'm working on. When I sit down and focus and I do it, it's
You get it done.
yeah, like it's amazing how much if you just don't take your phone, just toss it in the room. Don't like turn on silent, just
Bro,
toss it. Pick that bitch up and just yeet that motherfucker.
bro, I had to delete Twitter. I had to delete Twitter. Twitter was a non-negotiable. If I want to, bro, I couldn't, bro, listen. I could not have made this business if I had Twitter on my phone, bro. Because that shit used to blow up. My Instagram used to blow me the fuck up. And I just be checking it all the time. Who just wrote me back? Who just DM'd me? Oh, she's hot. You know what I mean? Like, it's bullshit, bro. Like, it's just a bunch of bullshit, man. Looking at people's highlight reels every fucking day. It's a bunch of bullshit. And so
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yo, let me just focus on what I gotta do, bro. Like, when you trim the fat, the meat tastes so much more pure, man.
Ooh, I like that. One more time for the people in the back.
When you trim the fat, the meat tastes much more pure.
Mm.
That's what I got to say, bro. Trim the fat out of your life. That's the lesson I want to give to everybody in this shit, because that's the one I had to learn the hard way. I'm here trying to be successful and trying to peep everybody's fucking Twitter at the same time. That's not how it works.
Can't do
It's
both.
not how it works. And like, look, man. Look, I have very big plans for the future, and I'll be damned if I wake up and I'm 30 years old and I remember the reason why I never did it was because I couldn't fucking find the discipline to turn off my phone, to take off Instagram, and stop being a little dickhead and just do the fucking work.
That hit me in the soul. That hurt. That hurts. Were you
But
talking
it's
to
true.
me? You were
I
talking to me,
know.
weren't you?
No. Listen, man. Listen. If the boot fits, my guys, because that shit fits for me too. I have to get myself out of my bullshit too. Sometimes it would be nice to just sit on my couch and watch Netflix all night after work. When I get home from work, it's like 6 p.m. I wake up at 7, I get back home at 6, bro. And I get straight back to the computer and I start fucking working until like 11 or 12. I go to bed and then repeat it tomorrow. You think I enjoy that shit? That shit ain't fun. Sometimes I want to freaking blow my brains out. Like, this shit sucks sometimes, but you got to do it because because what's the alternative? You know, I could dick around. I could play Call of Duty whenever I want. I can play Spider-Man whenever I want. It's all here. All this shit is right here. I could use it whenever I want, but I'm the only one that's going to pay for it. You know, nothing I do goes unnoticed by my goals. Nothing I do goes unnoticed by my goals, bro. And that was the hardest part to learn, man. So I had to do it.
Like I said, the boot fits. Like I get home and I get home at 9, I go to work at 5. Like I don't work any hours. I have all this time to do stuff. Half my time is spent playing Rocket League. And it's bringing me nothing.
All right, so sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I have 2,000 hours in Rocket League over the past 2 years.
Man.
Imagine if I spent 2,000 hours doing anything else.
Man, you want to know something, man? Okay, so one of the first entrepreneurs to change my perspective, that changed my life in general, was this cat called Alex Becker, and he's on YouTube. He's basically an entrepreneur that started off selling SEO services to businesses. And then he made an online academy for people to learn how to do SEO. And then he started software companies. And that's what he does now. So the dude's rich as hell. And he's like 28, 30 something years old right now, right? And I discovered him through a video where he literally was talking about how Fortnite, the title of the video was Fortnite is Cancer. And I was like, okay, let me see what this guy has to say. But essentially what he was talking about was how he lost so much potential and so much money by spending literally all of his time playing video games. Because he used to be one of those people that played like World of Warcraft heavy and fucking like, I don't know, he used to play a lot of video games. I forget which ones. I think Overwatch too. He used to play a lot of video games, but he realized that he lost a lot. And it wasn't worth it because when you play video games, like here's the thing, I love video games, obviously, but when you're playing them over and over, you realize that you're not getting a different experience each game. It's just another game. You know what I mean? It's not like you're learning. It's like you can learn how to play a game to the T. You could learn how to be the greatest, I don't know, Call of Duty, Overwatch player in the world, but it's not going to help you learn like a life skill, or it's not going to give you an experience that you can remember for the rest of your life, unless you win like a tournament or something.
Yeah.
But like, you know, that's few and far between. But I'm talking more for like people that just come home and play video games every day after work for years on end. I mean, that's cool. Do what you want to do. That's fine. But like, if you have any ambition, if you have any desire to become something more than what you already are, you're going to realize that it's going to be extremely hard to do that when you spend your time doing the same thing, you know? So that's when I realized like I really need to chill and I need to focus on the shit that I really want to do, because I'd rather be a comfortable ass millionaire that can play video games whenever he wants than to be somebody broke and struggling playing video games to cope with my fucking depression. You know what I mean? Like, but that's the reality of it, you know?
Yeah.
Some people play games to cope with how shitty their life is. That's what I did. You know what I mean? But
you attacking me right now?
bro, listen. Hey, I was there. Like I was there. Like I'm not even like you. The thing is, I'm not speaking as somebody that doesn't know how it feels, you know, because this is my story, you know, and it's just like I know people get that shit. I know people get that shit. So that's why I'm like, I feel like as somebody that has learned from that, I feel like I should talk about it, you know? Because if I don't, then that means I'm purposely withholding something that might be valuable to somebody else, that might change somebody's life. And that's a crime. As far as I'm concerned, that's fucked up. You know what I mean? If I could change somebody's life by just saying one thing that makes something click, then I did my job, you know. I did my diligence. But yeah,
That's
man,
hey, that's beautiful.
it's always gonna be worth it in the end, bro. That's what I realize. As much bullshit as creating this site and building a business is right now, the upside is I will not be bitching and moaning at 30 about how unfair the fact that I didn't get a raise at my job is, you know, because I wouldn't need somebody to tell me how much I should get paid or how much money I deserve. When you work, you're trading your time for money. Don't forget that, bro. With your job, for my job, I'm trading 40 hours of my life every single week for money. I trade it.
Yeah, that's all you're doing. You're just trading it. You're not getting anything like
I'm trading my
out.
time for money, bro. My lifetime. Like, bro, time is the only resource that we have, that any of us has forever. Time is the only thing that we have. It's the only, you can say water, you can say food, but god damn it, if you could stop time, you would be invincible, okay? Time is the only resource that we have, and we can trade it for money or we can invest it into something that doesn't require us to trade it for money anymore. And that's why I suggest for anybody that wants to get out of that hole, I guess, or that place, make a fucking business. Create something that you own. Become your own person. Pay yourself so you don't have to depend on other people for your well-being, you know. I don't want that life for myself, man. I've been living the worker's life for pretty much my whole life already. And I can
Shit
tell you right
sucks.
now, yeah, I can tell you right now, I can love the job that I have, but I'm not gonna love the fact that I will only get paid so much money for every hour that I put in indefinitely. Why not?
Hmm.
Would you rather put in 1,000 hours for the rest of your life repeatedly or put in 1,000 hours to create a product that can make money without you needing to even be there? It's the difference between selling art prints and doing commissions, except people want your art prints more than the commissions. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I don't know, man. Listen, I could talk about this shit all day.
I know you can.
Listen, man.
it's
Listen, man.
it's great. I do love this topic. This is because personally, every time I go to work, my first thought is I'm wasting my time.
Yeah.
And like you can pay me a lot, very little chance. Any job
Mm-hmm.
I could get right now, I'll be like I'm not wasting time because it does feel like I have this potential to create, I have potential to make a lot of beautiful things, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
wasting it making sure some rich fat ass gets even richer.
Yep.
Hmm.
That's exactly what you're doing.
It's it makes my brain
This
like
is the
it
thing.
hurts in the soul. So much.
The truth is, I don't recommend. Okay, here's how it goes for me, bro. I think jobs are important for one reason only: to get you experience, right? To get you working experience, to give you perspective. When I first started working like jobs, like I did freaking landscaping at one point. I've done like organization shit. I've done a bunch of different kind of jobs, but if there's one thing that I think they're useful for, it's learning a skill that you can take and sell on your own. But I don't think anybody is meant to be a plow horse their whole life. You know what I mean? I think if
Mhm.
anything, you should be working a job to finance something that will allow you to not have to work a job anymore. Your end goal shouldn't be to get a job.
No.
That's not going to bring you fulfillment or happiness. Your end goal should be to create and build something that's actually worth a damn to you and to other people. Something that can actually matter. And yeah, man, that's what I think.
Ali, I gotta say, this entire conversation has been one of my favorites so far. It's been
Yeah,
beautiful. Yeah, I
bro.
because I resonate with everything on a personal, deep level, like almost too personal. If you know what I'm saying.
Damn,
But
damn, that's
it
dope.
highlights I got to make change in my life. Like I got to start taking my shit seriously.
Here's the thing, man. If you want to know where to start, you could very easily start. I learned this from reading the book, the 12 Rules for Life book. One good way to start becoming, I guess, your super self. I'm going to coin that phrase too. Your super self. There's the inner self and the super self. But anyways, one thing that he talked about in this book was the importance of cleaning your room.
Mm.
And I was like, what? Clean your room? Like, that's literally, he's like, before you start trying to do all this extra shit, first of all, clean your room. And I was like, why? But the reason why is simple. It's this: your room is a space, a 3D space that you have full control of. It's tangible, you can see it, and you dwell in it. You live in it every day. You go to sleep there. You know what I mean? You lay your head there. When you clean your room, psychologically, you're taking control of your life, even if it's in this small area. It's a place that you call your own. That's why I try to clean my house every week. I didn't clean my house this week. I'm going to pay for it. But it's the same reason why people clean their house. If you want to change your life for the better, start by cleaning your room, or start by just changing one small thing in your vicinity, and then doing another thing, and then another thing, and then another thing. Carry a load that you can bear, and then gradually increase it over time. It's not about benching 500 pounds off top. It's about benching 100 if you can, and then working your way up there, you know? So, like, for anybody that wants to get their shit together, you don't gotta go out and make a fucking business right now. You can just start by cleaning your fucking desk, getting the mold off the goddamn carpet, like shit that you haven't been doing, but you're supposed to do in your immediate area. When you start taking care of that shit, everything else just sort of falls into place because your standards start going like this, you know. You start not
Hmm.
accepting bullshit. And when you don't accept bullshit, your general self-worth goes up. Your feeling of self-worth goes up because you realize like, yo, yeah, I got a say in this. You know what I mean? I gotta run this shit because if I don't, someone else will, and that's that.
I'm probably gonna buy that book the minute I get off this call. Just so you know, probably
12 rules for life, bro.
12 Rules for Life. Anybody watching too, I'll keep that book and other books Ali mentioned in the description down below. You know, for the YouTube stuff. But
Clean.
but yeah,
But yeah, man. Shoot.
Ali, thank you
Was there
so
anything
much.
else you wanted to task me?
Honestly,
No problem,
like
by the
I'm bringing
way.
up for round two one time at some point. Not sure when, but I'm bringing
Yeah.
up for round two. That's already guaranteed. So free up your calendar. Let me know. I'll
All
let you know
right.
2 months in advance.
Oh man, thank you. No, for real, I appreciate it because, bro, listen. This is gonna be a hell of a year for me, man. Because I, if you could see my to do list, bro, I have a to do list, an actual to do list, and a check boxes that I check off, and that's the only reason I've been able to get anything done. But once you know what, fuck it, we got it, bro. We got it.
Yeah, you got it.
Don't
I
worry.
believe. I'll definitely let you know. Probably actually 2 months out. I'm trying
All right.
try and see like, cause I know you're a busy man. I'm trying to get some other guests too. I'm trying to get as many guests I can who don't share the same like mindset as me or have different things to offer for me as well.
Yo, real talk. If you could get somebody that encourages people to be broke, I would love to hear that. Like somebody that's just like,
honestly, me
like,
too.
don't try to start a business. Like you should just work for somebody and just enjoy your life. I want to see the other side too, because I don't pay attention to people like that for the most part because I know what I want. You know what I mean? People that say shit like that, I don't listen to them. But I would love to hear on this podcast because I want to know how in the world they came to that conclusion. So
if I ever find somebody like that, I will definitely let you know.
Hit me with that link immediately.
That I will. But anyway, Ali, I know you don't use social media that much, so it's kind of moot, but where can people find you? They want to contact you some more?
Yo, real talk, everything is AliTheProdigy. So that's Twitter, that's Instagram, that's YouTube, that's Facebook, that's anything. AliTheProdigy. And yeah, you can follow me on that shit. Whatever. I'm on Twitch as AliTheProdigy as well. But once I launch my site, that's pretty much going to be the only thing that anybody hears about from me, to be completely real with you. That shit has become my life. I'm really happy about it too, because it's like, damn, I can really get behind this shit, because I created it.
I can't wait to see the final product either. Like, I'm probably gonna I'll bring you on when you launch it too. I want to talk about that.
I can't wait for you to see this shit, man. I'm so hyped. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Working,
all right.
man.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching another episode of the Perspective Podcast. I'm just gonna ask you all to do me a favor this time. If you like this episode, tell somebody about it. Find something you liked about it. Tell somebody about it. That's all I'm gonna ask. I don't give a shit about likes. Just tell somebody about it. I want someone to like hear this. So that's all I'm gonna ask. Tell somebody about it. All right, everybody.
All right.
Thank you so much, Ali. Again, thank you so much. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
My man ended it like that. I like it.